Hey, basketball fans, welcome back to Tips and Streams, your go-to spot for the hottest NBA regular season predictions. I'm Kokan, and I'm here to break down today's matchups and give you the edge you need to make the best bets. Before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button and like this video. Your support means the world to us. Remember, our channel has no sponsors and relies solely on the love and support of viewers like you. Even a small donation by pressing the thanks button under the video helps us keep bringing you top-notch content every day. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and fellow basketball enthusiasts. And we love hearing from you, so drop a comment below and let us know what you want to see in our forecasts. Your feedback helps us improve and bring you the content you crave. Let's jump right into today's NBA predictions. We've got some exciting games lined up, so stay tuned and let's get that winning streak going. Today we have predictions for 4 NBA games. The first prediction for today is for a game between the Boston Celtics and Oklahoma City Thunder. The Celtics are hitting the road, heading to Oklahoma City for what might be the most exciting showdown of the season. I've been keeping an eye on both of these squads, and let me tell you, this is shaping up to be a real barn burner. Boston's coming off a blowout win against Houston, where they barely broke a sweat. Derek White dropped 23, and both Jason Tatum and Peyton Pritchard chipped in 20 apiece. These guys are locked in, sitting at 26-9, and looking every bit like a team that could repeat as champs. What makes Boston so dangerous is their versatility. Tatum is playing at an MVP level, finally finding the consistency that eluded him in past seasons. He's got that smooth jumper going, and when he's in rhythm, forget it, he can light up the scoreboard in a hurry. And while Tatum gets most of the shine, Jaylen Brown is the unsung hero who makes this team tick. Without him, the Celtics lose a lot of their bite on both ends of the floor, so his questionable status looms large. Boston's offense thrives on the three ball. They chuck it up like it's going out of style, and when they're hitting, they're nearly impossible to stop. But here's the thing, OKC's defense isn't just good, it's elite. They've got the best three-point defense in the league, and if anyone can disrupt Boston's rhythm from deep, it's these guys. That's where the game could get dicey for the Celtics. If their shots don't fall, they'll need to find other ways to generate points, and that's no small task against a team like the Thunder. Now, let's talk OKC. These guys are the real deal. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is playing out of his mind right now, putting up 33 points in their win against the Knicks. He's got that old-school mid-range game that's so rare these days, and he's been torching defenses all season. Honestly, SGA might be the best player on the court tonight, which says a lot considering Tatum is no slouch. What I love about the Thunder is their depth. Jalen Williams has been stepping up big time, and even with Chet Holmgren out, this team hasn't missed a beat. Defensively, OKC is a nightmare. They're allowing just over 103 points per game, which is absurd in today's NBA. They close out on shooters, protect the paint, and make life miserable for opposing offenses. That's bad news for Boston, especially if they rely too heavily on the three. The Thunder have also been forcing turnovers like it's their day job, and that kind of pressure could throw the Celtics completely out of sync. The last time these two teams met, Boston blew out OKC by 35. That's not happening again. This Thunder squad is on fire, winning 9 of their last 10 and covering the spread in 8 of those games. They're playing with a swagger that's hard to ignore, and their home court advantage is real. When OKC gets rolling in front of their fans, they're a tough out for anyone. So, where does that leave us? As much as I respect Boston's talent and pedigree, I'm rolling with OKC in this one. They've got the better defense, the hotter hand, and the best player on the floor right now in SGA. Boston's going to put up a fight, they always do in marquee matchups, but I just don't see them overcoming the Thunder's defensive pressure and home court energy. If I'm placing a bet, I'm taking OKC to handle business and keep their streak alive.
Welcome to BetUS, Sportsbook and Casino, your ultimate hub for secure and thrilling sports betting and casino gaming. BetUS is one of the oldest and most reliable online sportsbooks in the U.S., serving millions of clients all over the globe each month. BetUS, trusted for over 30 years, offers huge welcome bonuses, countless betting options, and many deposit and payout methods. Depositing funds is a breeze and safe, with a minimum deposit of just $10. Payouts are fast and hassle-free, beginning at only $50. Choose from various payout options like MoneyGram, Couriered Check, cryptocurrency, or bank wire. Signing up is quick and easy. For signing up, you can use the link in the description and enjoy a generous 125% welcome bonus of up to $3,000. By signing up using the link in the description, you'll also support us as we earn a small commission from your registration at BetUS. Thank you for supporting us. Join now and start winning.
The second prediction for today is for a game between the New Orleans Pelicans and Washington Wizards. The Pelicans and Wizards are gearing up for a rematch tonight, and while this might not be a marquee matchup, there's definitely some intrigue here. Both squads are at rock bottom in their respective conferences. New Orleans is limping along at 6-29, while Washington isn't much better at 6-26. It's a battle of two teams trying to claw their way out of the basement, and that kind of desperation can make for a scrappy, unpredictable game. The Pelicans, man, it's been a rough season. Injuries have absolutely gutted this team. Zion hasn't played a single game, Ingram and Murray have been in and out, and even the role players have spent more time in street clothes than on the court. CJ McCollum is the one guy keeping the ship afloat, and what he did on Friday was just ridiculous. 50 points, 10 threes, and total control of the game. That's the kind of performance that makes you think, hey, maybe they've got a shot. Trey Murphy has also been stepping up lately, averaging over 26 points in his last 5 games. If those two can keep it rolling, the Pelicans might start turning some heads. But let's not sugarcoat it, they've got a long way to go. Their offense is near the bottom of the league, and their defense isn't doing them any favors either. On the other side, the Wizards aren't exactly lighting it up, but there are a few positives. Jordan Poole has finally found some consistency, and rookies like Alex Sarr and Bilal Coulibaly are showing flashes of potential. Sarr put up 19 points in the last game, and while his efficiency has been spotty, you can see the talent. The issue is that Washington just can't seem to put it all together. Turnovers were their downfall on Friday. They coughed it up 22 times compared to the Pelicans' 8. That's not going to cut it, especially when your defense is as shaky as theirs. This is where it gets interesting, though. The Wizards are at home tonight, and their numbers in DC aren't terrible. Over the last 5 games, they've managed to keep their net rating close to even, which is a lot better than New Orleans, who's been getting blown out on the road. If Washington can clean up the turnovers and tighten up on D, they've got a real shot here. For me, the big question is whether CJ McCollum can go nuclear again. I'm betting he cools off a bit, and without him carrying the load, I think the Wizards have the edge. They've been playing slightly better basketball lately. Winning 3 of their last 10 might not sound like much, but for this team, it's progress. I'm leaning towards Washington bouncing back in this one. They're getting a little more balanced production across the board, and I think that's going to make the difference. I'll take the Wizards to cover a 5-point spread and maybe even snag the win outright. Let's see if they can prove me right. Before we move on, I have a quick favor to ask. If you're enjoying the content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Subscribing might seem like a small action, but it actually makes a big impact for us. Plus, it's completely free for you. Have you clicked that subscribe button? Awesome, thank you so much for your support. Now let's dive back into the video. The third prediction for today is for a game between the Los Angeles Lakers and Houston Rockets. The Lakers are rolling into Houston, and this matchup has all the makings of a classic grinded-out battle. It's their first meeting of the season, and let me tell you, these two teams always seem to bring the fireworks. Last season, they split the series, with each squad holding serve on their home court. In Houston, the Rockets didn't just win, they dominated, crushing the Lakers by an average of 27 points. That home court magic for Houston is still a thing, but the Lakers have been on a tear lately, so something's gotta give. LeBron and AD have been playing like men on a mission. LeBron is still rewriting the history books, recently passing MJ for the most 30-point games in league history. His game against Atlanta was a masterpiece, controlled, efficient, and just downright fun to watch. AD, on the other hand, has been doing the dirty work, pulling down boards and protecting the rim like a beast. That 18-point, 19-rebound line he dropped on the Hawks was vintage AD. And let's not forget Austin Reeves, who's been quietly balling out. His 20-7-6 stat line against Atlanta showed exactly why he's a key cog in his Lakers machine. Throw in Rui Hachimura, who's been lights out shooting lately, and this squad is firing on all cylinders. But this isn't a walk in the park. The Lakers' road record has been shaky at best, and Houston at home is a different animal. Even though the Rockets just got humbled by the Celtics, losing by a whopping 23 points, they're still one of the toughest teams to beat on their own turf. That loss to Boston wasn't pretty. They shot under 37% from the field, and their offense looked completely out of sync. Losing Jabari Smith Jr. to a hand injury doesn't help their cause either. The guy's been a key piece for them, averaging nearly 12 points and grabbing over 6 boards a game. Without him, the Rockets will need Alperen Sengun to step up even more, and Jalen Green has to be at his absolute best. Sengun versus AD is going to be the matchup to watch. Both guys are the heartbeat of their respective teams in the paint. AD's defensive instincts and ability to dominate the boards make him a nightmare, but Sengun's got a sneaky good offensive arsenal that can keep him in the mix. If the Rockets are going to have any shot at stealing this game, they've got to shoot the ball better than they did against Boston. Green will get his buckets, but guys like Dillon Brooks and Cam Whitmore need to find some consistency. Brooks is shooting bricks lately, and Whitmore had a rough outing against the Celtics. If those two can't contribute, it's going to be a long night for Houston. The Lakers are coming in hot with 4 straight wins and 8 out of their last 10. They've knocked off teams like the Kings and Warriors in that stretch, showing they can handle tough competition. But road games have been their kryptonite, and Houston's 12-6 home record isn't just for show. The Rockets are tough to beat in their own building, and they've bounced back from bad losses before. This feels like one of those games that's going to come down to the wire. Houston's defense will keep it close, and their rebounding edge could tilt things in their favor. That said, I don't see this turning into a shootout. Both teams are capable of locking down defensively when it matters, and I expect this one to stay under the 221.5 total. It's going to be a grind, and while the Lakers are in better form, don't be surprised if the Rockets' home court edge gives them the push they need to make this a nail-biter. My final bet is on the total points to stay under 221.5. The fourth prediction for today is for a game between the Sacramento Kings and Golden State Warriors. The matchup between the Warriors and Kings is shaping up to be a real battle, and I've got a lot of thoughts on how this one might play out. Let's start with the Kings, who've had a wild season so far. After dropping 6 straight, they flipped the script and come into this game riding a 3-game win streak. It's clear that Doug Christie has them playing with a renewed sense of purpose since taking over as interim coach. That said, it's hard to ignore the fact that they've been all over the place this season. Without De'Aaron Fox, Sacramento is a much tougher team to trust. Fox is the engine that makes their offense go, and with him likely sitting this one out, it'll be up to guys like Domantas Sabonis and Kevin Huerter to step up. Sabonis has been a rock for the squad, dominating the glass and facilitating from the post, but the Kings' struggles from deep are a glaring issue. Shooting just 34.2% from beyond the arc, they're among the league's worst in that category. If they can't find a way to knock down threes against a team like Golden State, it's going to be a long night. On the flip side, the Warriors haven't exactly been a model of consistency either. After a scorching start to the season, they've hit some turbulence. Injuries to Steph Curry, Jonathan Kuminga, and others have been a real setback, but they've still managed to win 3 of their last 4 games. What's kept them afloat? Defense. Golden State has one of the top defensive ratings in the league, and when they lock in, they can be downright suffocating. Andrew Wiggins deserves a ton of credit for keeping this team competitive. He's been stepping up on both ends of the floor, and his ability to create offense when things break down has been critical. Dennis Schroeder has also been a solid addition, bringing some much-needed spark to the backcourt. If Curry suits up, Golden State's offense will have a completely different dimension, but even if he doesn't, this team knows how to grind out wins at home. For the Kings to pull this one out, they've got to clean up the little things, control the boards, limit turnovers, and hit their open shots. They've been a mixed bag all year, but if Sabonis and the supporting cast can find some rhythm, they might just give the Warriors a run for their money. Still, Sacramento's 12-22-1 record against the spread doesn't exactly inspire confidence. As for the Warriors, their path to victory is pretty straightforward. If they control the tempo, knock down their threes, and keep Sacramento from getting out in transition, they should be able to take care of business. Their home court advantage is a big factor too. They've won 10 of their 18 games at Chase Center this season. I think they've got the edge here, especially with the Kings missing Fox. Looking at the total points, I'm leaning toward the under. With so many key players either out or questionable, I just don't see this turning into a high-scoring shootout. Golden State has tightened up defensively, and their offense isn't exactly firing on all cylinders right now. On the other hand, Sacramento's been better on defense lately, but they're still figuring things out under Christie. I see this one playing out as a grinded-out kind of game, with the final score staying under the 227-point line. When it's all said and done, I'm rolling with the Warriors to win and cover the 2-point spread. They've been the more reliable team at home, and Sacramento's been too inconsistent for me to trust, especially without Fox. Golden State has the tools to get it done, and I'll take them to handle business in what should be an entertaining showdown.